Hello, welcome to the wonderful world of resins. Hey everybody, I was asked by a bunch of people to do a quick little tutorial on how to get started in the wonderful world of resin incense and using charcoal to do herbs and other things with as well. So my name is Steve, you all know who I am, and here's the tutorial. So first off, resins are wonderful. An all-natural plant-based resin incense. They come in many fragrances and types, many mixes. All of them smell great. All of them have different purposes, different uses. Lots of these are all used. I mean, a lot of the oils are used in a lot of our daily lives and medicines and other products we use every day. A lot of them are very healthy as far as physical ailments and also spiritual. Myself personally, I find a few of them to be very relaxing. Palo Santo especially, and mixed with copal does take me out of my confusing, chaotic zone and bring me down to a nice, calm state of mind. So, with that being said, let's go ahead and get started. Anyways, resins are simple. First off, you need yourself a nice little resin burner. This is my outside shop one. It's been used many times. It's a stone, carved stone vessel with a brass screen, and the screen of course is concave down. So with that being said, you take that, you leave that there. That's the vessel. They come in different types. You do also have ones that are what they call screenless brass vessels or stone vessels that people use. Different metal ones without screens. Screens just the way they are, that's the way they're meant to be. Put the charcoal right on the screen. These vessels here, the screenless ones, we'll get into afterwards. First off, very simple. You have a set of tongs. I sell these guys for $3.50. Other sites sell them for $8 with little engravings on them. I don't really care about the engravings. They're awesome. They're already curved to hold the discs, and they have great little claws at the end so you can use them to grab things, whatever. 33 millimeter charcoal. I sell 33 millimeters. There is no reason for most people to go bigger unless you have a giant warehouse and you want to smoke yourself out. 33 is more than enough. These charcoal discs are quick to light and will last up to an hour. Okay, 1 hour. Pretty simple, folks. Use tongs. They do spark. They do get hot quick. You never know how fast they're going to light. So, anyways, let's go with stage one. I use a torch outside. So we're going to just light one edge of this guy real good. Now, some charcoals spark really well and some don't. The ones that spark are very noticeable when they're lighting. See that? It shows you it's lighting. It shows you how far across. You do want to make sure your charcoal is lit all the way through. Before you start putting resin on it, you want the edges to begin turning white. You put your charcoal disc on there. Let it do its thing. And that is step one, and you'll see how it continues to snap, crackle, and pop. Actually enjoy the fireworks show. It takes about 20-25 seconds for it to get all the way through. And once again, some discs do snap, crackle, pop better than others. Some don't do it that much at all. They will catch and they will burn. Alright, we are burning all the way through now. You're going to notice the edges are already starting to turn gray or white. Alright, once that occurs, you're okay to do your resins. And then we'll let that burn. Taking its nice color turning, as you can see. All right, the good thing about the screen burners, they do allow the charcoal to burn all the way through without any need of sand or anything else in the base. It does keep a lot of the heat directly off your vessel, so you can use a stone, no problem with a screen burner. All right, next, you do not want to overload your burner. You want to make sure you use a small amount to start off. They do produce a lot of smoke. Today I'm going to take 2 little pea-size pieces of which I love, Palo Santo resin, and Arabian frankincense. We're just going to place those right on there like that. Takes a couple seconds, they'll begin to melt in, you'll see some bubbling, and then the smoke will appear. Do not overload your disc. You can use a little bit more than that. It will produce a lot of resin smoke. If you put too much on, it will flood out your charcoal. It will absorb in and actually cause it to not burn properly. So the heat will dissipate and you will have chunks of sticky black charcoal left on top of your screen when you're done. So as you can see, it produces a lot of smoke, beautiful smoke. And this combination, the Arabian frankincense and Palo Santo resin, is absolutely amazing. It's very calming. It makes you breathe deep and just want to sit back and relax. Palo Santo is good for clearing out chaotic spaces and thoughts and chaotic issues and problems you're having. And frankincense, well, that's good for a lot of stuff, including lungs. You know, helps with asthma attacks, bronchial attacks. They use it in a lot of asthma medicines and a lot of lung disease issues. All right, so we're going to let that burn down. So as you can see, it produces a lot of smoke. That'll last about 10 minutes or so. Do not overload. Wait for your smoke to dissipate all the way, for your resins to burn off thoroughly, and then we can add some more. And next we'll show you how we do the patchouli and the Palo Santo wood. Now I've taken some Palo Santo wood. As you can see, it produces a great smoke. I took a small stick and chopped up some nice small pieces. And it's already smoldering down. Just put it right on top of your charcoal. It will not catch fire, but it does produce the most beautiful, delightful, fragrant, natural smoke. And I find Palo Santo to be one of the most calming. When I find myself stressed out in a chaotic situation, things are just getting to me, I will actually go and light Palo Santo, or even take a stick and just inhale the fragrance of it. It has a wonderful effect when things are just chaotic in your life and you just can't seem to find a focus. I love Palo Santo. It works great on the charcoal disc. I do love the Palo Santo resin, but the smell of the wood is a little different. It's more piney, more natural. I think not quite as thick and harsh, or not harsh, thick and fragrant as the resins are, but I dig the Palo Santo wood, the natural smoke it produces. It really has a calming effect on the mind and the body. Brings me down to center. So Palo Santo wood, chip it up with whatever, scissors, little pliers, whatever you got. You can buy the chips already made. You can buy the sawdust. I have the sticks for sale, so I just take a stick, break off a little bit, put it on there. It smokes for about 5, 6, 7 minutes. Then you can move on to a different fragrance, different type. The good thing about not putting too much on there is if you do want to change it up, you can burn one type, like meditation blends or the Buddha blends for meditating are really great. Or you can change it up and do a secondary smell, something you want to add to the air, a different vibe, a different feeling, a different need, whatever use you have at the time. And you can change it up, and these discs do last 45 minutes to an hour, so you have plenty of time to take it all in, fill your room, your space, and then you can move on to filling it again with something different. You know, it's all up to the individual. So we'll let that burn out, and we'll move on to burned out. And now I do sell all natural, fully organic. Whoops. Getting some focus here. Let's see if I can find focus. This is patchouli. All right, very good stuff. Now with patchouli, you really don't have to break it up. Excuse me. This is great base for the next item we're going to show you. I set that right on there. Excuse me, folks. It starts to smoke almost immediately. Now, patchouli is also used if you have a tea, like a tea bag, one of those metal tea bags. People do use patchouli tea. It actually is very calming, very good to go to sleep with. It'll actually help you to sleep better. Patchouli oil is great. It reminds me of the 70s and 80s growing up in Vermont. The old cottage collared Plainfield days. Half of my friends' parents used to wear the oil constantly, so it reminds me of home. But it does have a really nice earthy, floral, fragrant, but just really, very, very notable smell to it. And it is very calming. It's also good for the skin. Patchouli oils are really good. So I let mine burn down. I just let it burn out the oils, whatever it is. And then I use the ash because the next thing we're going to show you is amber resin. So really quickly, patchouli herb burns great on here. You can put it in like the water or the oils of an infuser, a tea light, or one of the light bulb powered ones. It does smell great in those as well. And like I said, you can put it in one of the tea sifters or the little tea bag, the metal tea bags, and you can actually make a tea with it as well, or add it to a nice herbal tea. Anyways, we'll move on to the amber resin. My patchouli is all the way bent down, and I'm going to show you what this is. I carry 4 types of amber resin. This is called honey amber. It's one of the driest ones. It looks like grandma's old maple or peanut butter fudge that's been sitting in the freezer for a year. This resin is very easy to work with. It's not near as oily as most of the other ones, which I have Egyptian, rose, and sandalwood ambers. They are very oily, but very, very beautiful smelling, and the names pretty much describe the smell you're getting mixed in with other beautiful fragrances. So, honey has a great creamy honey undertone to it. It really smells like honey. It does not take much. This stuff is very, very potent. It puts off a very thick smoke very quickly. What I like to do is actually put something that has an ash or creates an ash pile or something, or, basically you're not putting your rose or your Egyptian or your sandalwood resins directly onto your hot charcoal. Some people take white ash, put a nice pile of white ash on there so that the heat actually melts the resin down and heats it slower so it doesn't just poof in a big puff of smoke. I have some already cut up. It does not take much, and I'm going to show you why. You put that on there like that. Amber resins go up very quickly. They are also really good for the skin. You can use them as a natural oil-based perfume and rub it on your body. You get the smell lasts for hours. My hands afterwards, just putting stuff in bags, literally for 6-7 hours I can smell it. But as you can see, it puts off copious amounts of smoke. All right, it is very intense smoke. You do not want to just stand over it and breathe it in. It will make you cough. But the wafting fragrance of it afterwards, oh my God, is it just heavenly. I mean, I love the honey amber. It's much more subdued than the others. But oh my God, when it fills the room with that odor, it literally fills the room. It lasts for hours. It cleans it. These are made by families. The original recipes were passed down through generations in families in India. Most of these resins have been produced in the exact same way for hundreds and hundreds of years. Each family has its own recipe, and they have their own way to make it. But the amber resins are awesome. And like I said, a lot of them you can use as an actual natural hard perfume. You can rub it on your skin, on your wrist, whatever, around your neck. Good for your skin and smells absolutely wonderful. So, okay, we're done with those now. We've seen the resins. We're going to go on to the screenless burners here in a sec. Now I also do sell what I call handled or screenless burners. I have a few different types. This one is a 2.5 inch diameter, solid brass with a nice 6-inch wooden handle on. Well, 5-inch wood handle, 6 inches total. These are good because you can carry them around with ease, walk through your house, whatever you'd like to do. I do have beautiful wooden ones, screen burners with handles on top and hooks. You can hang them and walk them around. I've got ones with flip lids, really great selection. Now with these guys, because they don't come with a screen, you can stick your charcoal on the bottom and burn it, but I do suggest actually taking what we call ultra clean resin sand, okay, or charcoal disc sand. And basically all you do is take some, and I do sell the bags. You pour enough in the bottom to give yourself a little bit of a heat sink. And heat sink, what that means is it keeps the direct heat from your charcoal off your vessel itself. The bases of these will get extremely hot when that charcoal sits in there for an hour. They can melt in or burn a tabletop. Put the sand in there, you're going to keep a lot of the heat, so you will see the heat up top and on your lid, and that's where tongs or claws come in. So if you want to use your lid while you're burning, there you go. There you go. Find something to set it on where it's not going to melt, and you're good to go. You'd use this exactly the same way. You would light your charcoal the same with your tongs. Set your charcoal on top of your sand. The sand allows air to get underneath the charcoal as well. So your charcoal disc, if it's on the bottom flat on something, may leave some unburned charcoal with a large amount of resin in it. Get sticky, black, blah. With the sand, like the screens, your disc will burn thoroughly all the way through. When your disc is done, you just take it, you tap it down, and you use that ash on top of that sand, and you can fill that up with many uses. The more ash you have and the more sand you have, the less heat's going to be on your vessel itself. All right, and they work exactly the same, so pretty simple. And then what you do is when it's full, you just take it, give it a couple taps, go to the garbage, toss it out. Make sure your coal's out first. And other than that, that's the wonderful world of resins. It's really a very simple process, folks. I would say that out of everything that I've burned to try to relax and for rituals and whatever, meditations, the sage, of course, all the smudges, I've got mugwort, I've got pinyon pine, I've got 4 kinds of sage, I've got a whole bunch, and I love it all. And if you look, I've got one of each. I do burn in my shop and my home every day to clear the space, to get rid of the negativity, to relax myself. But I have now fallen in love with the burning of resins. I burn them every day. I have burners in every room. I actually find the whole process to be very relaxing. And honestly, like I said, with resins, you don't have to put a lot on. You can go for an hour. You can put on 20 different kinds in an hour. But I would suggest starting small and simple. All right, and don't forget it is smoke. So if you fill your house full of any smoke, you might feel some effects. But it's a very beautiful thing. It's all natural. The resins come from Mother Nature. And they do all seem to have properties that help you and help me and have helped me quite a bit. I've been a much more relaxed and centered individual since I started burning resins and sage, and I definitely feel the positive influence from these materials. So anyways, folks, very simple. Set of tongs, a burner, or a burner. We do sell quite a few different types. I've got a great selection of resins, 28 in stock right now, 28 mixes and types. Charcoal discs, many types of burners, smudge bowls, different kinds of smudge and sage. One thing you do want to get, folks, which you can do, you can burn, rosemary, lavender. Lots of the herbs can be burned on the charcoal disc as well. Get yourself a mortar and pestle, which I have many types. Grind up those herbs, and you can add it on top of your resins, on top of your charcoal, and rosemary, sage, all that smells just so amazing. If you want to just add a few flakes on top of there, you can make yourself a little spice bowl, and it smells great. So if you guys are interested, come hit us up, sweetvalleyrock.com, the new website. For my regular show goers, of course, if you find anything on there you like, that's pretty much where I'm showing it all now. You just add it to your orders every week. Right now I'm running a coupon deal for the introductory of our new website. It's 20% off your order with the coupon code BLISS, your first buy. Prices are set lower than almost every website I've seen, and it's all really great product. We stand by it, and the folks who know me know that we ship promptly and we treat everybody like their family. So sweetvalleyrock.com, check it out, leave a testimonial. Once you get your product, I think you're going to like it, and I think you're going to just like me, you're going to fall in love with resins, and it'll be a lifelong enjoyable pleasure for you. So anyways, guys, I hope this helps everybody out, And you guys have a peaceful night.